Right, good morning. My name's Andy, the property Web-Ber for property information here in Spain, which we give out now on a daily basis. And we have a database from 1993, which is also very, very interesting when it's used correctly. Okay, today is Tuesday the 14th, November. So we do this in English for our American and European customers. So let's get started. We go into the summary page of today. And let's see what we've got. Start off on the commercial side. A commercial centre in Seville is putting another 7,500 square metres, which will incorporate a supermarket and also I think about 11 or 12 retail units. It's the third phase of this development. A fashion chain is now duplicating its results, and that's good news because it's had a couple of problems and hiccups over the last 5 years or so, so it's trying to reset everything up really there. Supermarkets opening up in Badajoz and Barcelona, centre of Barcelona. Always interesting because it affects retail values and it also affects residential values in the area. A French chain. They've tried a lot of things over the past to restart their business, and it doesn't seem to be happening. So let's see watch that space because their debt's going up and what they're earning is going down. Okay. Gran-Via is kicking off in Madrid. It's just going to have one lane in both ways, and that's starting off at the beginning of December. Good thing for the shoppers. Fashion chain is slowing down its sales. This is also interesting because personally I used to, a long time ago, buy clothes in this chain, but I don't anymore. Particular taste maybe. But these people are actually interesting because about some time ago they actually bought some office buildings in Barcelona. So it might be worth giving them a buzz to see if they want to do any sale and leasebacks there, or if they're interested in selling and maybe changing where their offices are. Last Friday, a sports chain opened up in prime Madrid. Interesting location for them. On the company side, technology company is getting rid of, sorry to use the phrase, downsizing 400 of their employees. So again, might be worth giving them a buzz to see if they want to change offices or whether they're going to be renting out the excess space within their buildings. Hotels. Chain has just opened up the 8th one in Andalusia. RH Hotels, list of their hotels as well because they've just done a deal and it's interesting to see how they're moving around. We've done a bit of a report on the hotels that are coming up in Gran-Via in Madrid. Very, very interesting report. Have a look at that if you like. And Hotels SH, again, doing a bit of shuffling around. On the general side, Colonial Axia are in the thoughts of a lot of people. Okay, and we've had a look at various articles here, how it's going on in the stocks exchange, how they might be changing the property map here in Spain, and different articles there. 3 articles there. And an American fund, it wants to buy the property risk of a bank, looking to get 41% of that. British funds are looking at a developer here that's centred in residential development. On the contracts coming up in the next 6 months, industrial 10,000 in Bucharest, someone is interested. In Madrid 760 and 1,000 coming up in Fuenlabrada. On the easy property side, where we own the mark, easy property for the whole of Europe. Retail units in Paso La Habana, Castellana and Atocha up for rent. On the gossip side, another interesting chess move. Quite a big investment company has bought, a German investment company has bought another German investment company. They both own stuff here in Spain. Interestingly, when we go down to the deals side, we're taking out 3 deals that have happened with one of these investment companies in Germany, which means that they're very, very active. Here they haven't been. They've done a couple of things, but one of them hasn't been as active as maybe somebody we were hoping maybe. Okay, Alex, good job, well done. On the deal side, here in Spain, Chain has just bought a hotel 4 stars in Alicante. On the opposite side, a Publi company has just rented out 260 in Diagonal, Barcelona, and a consultant company has just rented out 700 in semi-prime Madrid. On the residential side, it's a new player just come into the market, set up by a family office. An ex-guy from Knight Frank is there, and they've just bought a very, very prime building in Barcelona. But the interesting thing here is they've bought the top floors where they're going to do a rehab to flats that I don't know whether they're going to be able to achieve the values that they think they're going to be achieving. Let's wait and see. That will happen in about 15 months' time. But the ground floor is owned by a Spanish investor, which is actually quite a big retail unit in prime. So interesting. On the European international side, we've got investors have bought a commercial centre in Poland. International investor has just bought commercial centre in Cheltenham in England, and this investor mentioned before, German investors, bought a chain, a portfolio of supermarkets in Germany, and it's just bought another portfolio of rental residential units as well in Germany. And on the market study side, buying, selling residential units in Spain up in September. Investment in residential is slowing down. And buying and selling viviendas in Catalonia, and a revaluation. There's a study that's come out by somebody looking at the revaluation of areas, centre areas or barrios in Madrid, where the second-hand residential units are doing this. Okay, interesting. That's an interesting report actually. So if we go back here into our database, for example, if we go into investors, here we've got a list of all the active investors in Europe and in Spain. So, and you can do this all the way through, and so let's go and look at 2009, for example. If we go into 2009, we can go into the people who were buying in 2009. That is the list. Okay, very interesting list. When you do that, you can go into each one and see what they've actually bought, and go into the deals and then get the information out. Where also you can go into is interesting is vendors and contracts that are coming up for renewal within whatever time period you want to put in here. So for example, you can go into Madrid, you can do an area, and you can do from where and where, and you can look for those contracts that might be coming up. That's interesting in 2 ways. For example, if you're looking for 2,000, 3,000 square meters for somebody and you can't find it anywhere, maybe it's a good idea to see what contracts might be coming up in the next 6 months to a year and ring them up to see whether they might be moving. Two things. If you're looking for 2,000, 3,000 square meters, for example, that's one way of doing it. But the second thing is, you're ringing up somebody who might be considering also moving. So it's a razor blade with two sides. So you might be able to get one deal out of it, 0 deals, or maybe 2 deals. That's the bonanza. Okay, right, that's about all for today. Again, ring me, send a message. Always here, almost always here. Send a message. You'll see my number on the page. Anything you want to say, gossip, anything like that, ring me. Always pleased to speak to you. And signing off from today. Thank you very much for all your interest.